Hey everybody, welcome to the Lodge Kitchen. I'm Chef Chris and we're gonna be making the October recipe of the month, spiced pork tenderloin with a savory pumpkin sauce. We're gonna toast some pepitas, put it on the top. It's gonna be amazing. So let's go for a ride. So for our pork tenderloin, we're gonna sear that off in this USA enamel Dutch oven. We're using a 6-quart Dutch oven today. This thing is gorgeous, and I can't wait to show you guys just how versatile this thing is. We're gonna grab our pork out of the fridge and put it in a quick brine. All right, so we've got our pork tenderloin here, and I've got a resealable bag, my little plate here, and that's gonna get a 1/4 cup of salt, 1/4 cup of sugar, about a tablespoon of cider vinegar, and a cup of water. Now the fun part, and that's about exactly where I want it. So I'm gonna roll the edges of the bag down, that way that I don't get pork on the sides, and I'm gonna open it up and take our pork. This is just gonna go in. I'm gonna halfway close this, but then I'm gonna just press out the air. Give that a little roll around. This is essentially vacuum sealed. So this is gonna go into the refrigerator for 30 minutes to up to 3 hours, and then we'll get rocking and rolling. Hey guys, it's been about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna check out our pork tenderloin that's been brining in this resealable bag. So we're gonna dry the pork off. We've got a cookie sheet with a paper towel line on the top of it. We'll pat it dry, and I just want to remove a lot of that moisture so that when we start to sear it in our Dutch oven, we're making sure we sear and we don't steam. Brining is going to season it really nicely and tenderize the meat. Totally recommend it. If you're not brining your turkey at Thanksgiving, then you need to check your priorities. Sorry. All right, so I've got some paper towels here. I'm just gonna give that a light press. They don't have to be all the way dry. We just want that rub to cling to the meat. So today we are making our version of pumpkin pie spice, okay? We've got allspice, nutmeg, ginger, paprika. There's no paprika in this. I lied about that. Salt, pepper, ginger, and check out the recipe for the rest of the ingredients. This is very similar to what you would get in your pumpkin spice latte. But I'm just gonna give that a little stir around, and I'm gonna reserve 1 teaspoon of this rub to go into our pumpkin sauce at the end. Y'all know I love me some kitchen gloves. Another pro tip, if you use black kitchen gloves, everybody thinks you know what you're doing. If you use blue, they think they're about to get an exam. So make sure that you're giving everybody an even amount of seasoning. I feel like we should be playing music for it and, like, you know, asking it how its day was. It's a good day to be a pork tenderloin, man. Perfect. Next up, we're gonna toast our pepita seeds, and we're gonna do that in our Dutch oven. And I like this method because we're gonna start our preheat, and we're gonna use that heat to toast the pepitas, so we're not wasting any energy here. If you guys don't know what pepitas are, one, that's a really fun thing to say. Pepita, pepita, pepita. But they're pumpkin seeds, toasted pumpkin seeds. These are salted. And we are gonna toast our pepitas seeds in this. This is gonna go over fairly low heat because we're using all these spices. We don't want them to burn, so we wanna sear it at a lower temp. We've got our pepitas. We're gonna preserve this preheat by adding these guys. And that's gonna go for 1 to 2 minutes. You'll start to smell them. You can hear them a little bit. They'll talk to us. And this is gonna release some of the natural oils in there, as well as give it some more toasty notes. Toasty notes. These are looking great, and the oil is releasing, and they're smelling super fragrant. I heard a little pop, so this is time to take off. I'm gonna grab my pot holders, and I'm just gonna pick that up and shake them out into this awesome bowl. Now our Dutch oven is well on its way to being preheated. Pork tenderloin time. I'm gonna hit that with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm only gonna do these 2 at a time. I want to make sure that I'm getting a nice sear, good crust on my pork tenderloin, and I don't wanna overcrowd it. So we've got this over a fairly low heat. We're using our senses here. I can see that my oil is working. I can smell it. So our pork tenderloin is gonna sear for 2 to 3 minutes aside. We're probably somewhere in that realm right now, but that's looking great to me. That's an even sear. I'm gonna give that just like a 1/4 turn, and that's gonna go another couple minutes. You look great. No, I'm not just saying that, you do. Okay, so we're gonna give it just one more little 1/4 turn. And see that sear that we're getting, that beautiful even crust? That's just flavor right there, folks. And that's gonna just hang out over here I am gonna hit it with a little bit more olive oil. Should hear that sizzle again. If you put it in there and you feel like it, it kind of yelled back at you, then definitely turn down that heat a little bit. 2 minutes per side. Yeah, so we can see that awesome even sear, that crust that we're developing on the pork tenderloin and just creating that flavor. In our beautiful Dutch oven, USA Enamel Dutch oven, folks. It's amazing, done right here in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. I'm gonna add the pork tenderloin that we seared just a little bit ago back into our Dutch oven. We're gonna kill the heat, and that's gonna fly into a 350-degree oven. Bye, we'll see you in a minute. And that's gonna only hang out for like 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm gonna start prepping out our pumpkin sauce. So let me grab our cutting board, sharp knife, some thyme, and some garlic. I'm gonna mince this garlic, and we're going to just give it a smash. Boom. I'm just gonna run a knife through it a few times. You're looking for uniformity more than anything. We're also gonna be using canned pumpkin. And if you guys don't know how to use these are a special kitchen tool. It's got a twist right here, but you have to be really careful and know what you're doing with it, okay? Because if you don't really know what you're doing with it, then you can hurt yourself, right? So, just like that, folks. All right, so, golly. And there's our pork tenderloin. We're just gonna check that real quick. So we said 10 to 15 minutes on the pork tenderloin. I set the timer for 8, so we're gonna see where we are. Whoa. I love it. So we're reading about 116 right here. So we still need a little time in the oven. So our pork tenderloin right now is reading about 116. I want my pork tenderloin at 145. 145 is a great temperature for me. It's more of a food safe temperature, but it's still not cooked to leather, shoe leather. When I was growing up, I feel like pork just got cooked to death. And I always loved it because you would like slather barbecue sauce or gravy on top of it, but pork tastes amazing by itself. So don't overcook your pork. Definitely be safe with it. Cook it to your temperature and your liking. I like 145 here. All right, so our pork tenderloin timer's going back off. It's been about 12 to 13 minutes, I think. All right, grab my instant read thermometer again. Right on the money, 147. That's gonna come out and just hang out until we build our sauce. Sauce is gonna come together pretty quickly. So look at that, it's beautifully done, ready to go. You can eat that just like this. If you just want the spiced pork tenderloin, that'd be a great place to stop. But I definitely wouldn't stop here because you're almost there. We've got our Dutch oven here. I'm gonna pop that back to low heat. I've got a lot of heat that's remaining from the oven. We've got all that jus and all of that fond, so those brown bits, that's just layered flavor in there. I'm gonna take a tablespoon of butter, put that right in there, and then that's gonna get our minced garlic, and I'm gonna take some thyme, because we have it. It's always good to have thyme. It doesn't take long for garlic to do its thing, but what I am gonna do is use this flat spatula to scrape up anything that's still stuck to the bottom of this Dutch oven. All of this is just layers of flavor. So we just want that to all come out into our dish. That is perfect right there. So I'm gonna take our canned pumpkin and we're gonna put about 1.5 cups of the pumpkin straight into our Dutch oven. And I'm gonna give that a little bit of a knock around. 1/2 cup of our chicken stock. And that's gonna just thin it out a little bit for us. This is gonna get about 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar now. It's not gonna make it sweet. It's really just gonna balance out these flavors that we're working with today. Just a touch of the cider vinegar, add a brightness, a little acidity. So I'm gonna kill the heat now, right? Everything has come together exactly like I want it to. My sauce is starting to simmer in here, so I know it's all piping hot. And now I'm gonna add my heavy cream. It's gonna just add a richness and a silkiness to our sauce, and it's gonna make this color pop. As I'm stirring it in, I am going slowly. We don't want that to curdle. You can just watch it turn colors right in front of your eyes. It's beautiful. I want it to be uniform in color before I know that it's ready. Everybody's just getting along in there in that Dutch oven, just like we like to see. This is awesome. We gotta slice up our pork tenderloin and plate. Putting gloves on more for the crew today, because we're all gonna dive into this right when we're done. We're gonna take our pork tenderloin and I'm gonna slice it. We're gonna go like maybe a little more than 1/4 of an inch thick. That is beautiful. It's 145 degrees, 147 if we're splitting hairs. That is amazing. It's exactly what I want to see. Just gonna give that a slice. That is amazing. I'm gonna fan it out. And this fanning technique is called shingling, because it just layers them out. So we're gonna just shingle all the way. Now we're gonna plate our pork tenderloin. We're gonna take a healthy amount of our awesome pumpkin sauce. It's gonna go right onto our plate, and then we're going to just give it a little smear. I really love this stuff, so probably gonna eat 4 pieces in no time. Take that glove off. We're gonna hit this with our toasted pepitas. That's gonna add that nuttiness, that crunch. For a little bit of color, we've got some chives. You should eat with your eyes first. Take a look at this dish. Tell me that doesn't scream fall to you. I swear, if somebody walks in your house and you're making this dish, they're gonna be blown away. It's always been a showstopper. Now, I gotta take a bite. When I dig in here, I'm really gonna dig in. There we go. I couldn't tell you how good that is. I'm getting the warmth from the spices, the cinnamon, the allspice, the clove, the ginger, it's all coming through. The pork tenderloin is super flavorful. That brine really helped set that salt level at a perfect place. The moisture is fantastic, so tender. And this sauce, man, I could just eat this by itself. It's so deep, definitely showstopper in your house. And the toasted pepitas just set it off. This has been our October recipe of the month. I hope you guys have been cooking along with us, having as much fun as we're having. Tag us in your photos. I'd love to see your version of this. Hit us up, Lodge Cast Iron, on any of the social channels. Love you, bye.